Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this hat for adults using the Alpine stitch. I love this stitch. I think this stitch is perfect for making men's hat. I'm also going to make a couple of baby hats and perhaps maybe a little sweater using this stitch since it works up super fast. Now you can also make it for any size, any age. Down here in the information box, I'm going to leave you the circumference and the height based on age, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so I hope you like it, and without further say, let's get started, and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this medium number 4 yarn. I'm using yarn B, soft and sleek yarn. This is a medium number 4 in this color silver gray. Okay, so to begin, I have 24 chains. To these 24 chains, I'm going to add one more. So I have 25 chains. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to make our brim. So to do the brim, we're going to make single crochets into each one of these chains, but the single crochets, I'm going to work them a bit different. I want this brim to be a little tight with a lot of elasticity to it. So here on the second chain from the hook, I'm going to insert my hook, and instead of wrapping my yarn like this, I'm going to pull a loop and then pull a loop like this. This is how we're going to make all of these single crochets, like this. Now, if you prefer to do it the other way, where you just wrap your yarn and then wrap the yarn, that's fine, whatever is easier. But I'm going to do mine like this, where I pull the loop and then I pull the loop, like this. And this is all I'm going to do for this first row. I'm just going to make single crochets in this way. Okay, so continue like this. I will meet you at the end of this first row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row and I have a total of 24 single crochets. Now for the next row, we're going to turn and we're going to chain one. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to make single crochets, but we're going to go through the back loop. So beginning into this first, insert your hook, grab a loop and close. We're going to continue in the same way we did the first row. So again, instead of wrapping your yarn like this and making your single crochet, we're going to go in, grab a loop and grab a loop like this. So here I'm just going to continue making single crochets through the back loop only, like this. Okay, so continue like this. I'll meet you at the end of this second row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the second row. I have a total of 24 single crochets. Now from here on, this is the row that we're going to repeat. So remember, we're going to turn and chain one after we turn. And here we're going to work single crochets, but only go through the back loop. And I'm going to make my single crochets where I pull the loop instead of wrapping the loop, like this. But again, if you feel more comfortable making it the normal way, it's fine. Mine is just going to look a bit different. You'll see at the end. Okay, so continue like this. Just repeating this one row. We're going to do this until this measures about 18 inches, which is about 46 centimeters. So continue like this and I'll meet you once we have that measurement to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this part here. This is going to be our brim. Of course, it's a bit wide, but we're going to fold it like this. Okay, so now it measures as it is stretched, because I already put it around my head. It measures 50 centimeters, which is about 20 inches. Before I tried it on, it was about 46 centimeters, which is about 18 inches. That was when it wasn't stretched. So be careful there. Just make sure that it fits around your head. It's not too tight, not too loose. This stitch here tends to be a little stretchy when you put it on, so it does stretch. So mine, like I said, I did 74 rows. It's for adult women. Okay, so here what we're going to do is we're going to join both ends like this. So here we're going to turn this over like this, and we're going to go on this side. So with the same hook, I'm going to insert my needle right here, grab this loop, bring it through the front, chain one. Now we're going to go into this stitch here and into the next stitch back here through both loops, grab a loop and make a slip stitch. Again, go through this stitch here and through the next stitch in the back, grab a loop and make a slip stitch. This is how we're going to join this part here. So continue like this all the way to the end. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished joining here and I cut my yarn and just passed my yarn through that last loop, and this is what it looks like right there. Okay, so now what I did was I put both sides together like this because this is going to be a double brim hat. You can leave it where we only do double crochets on one side, but I like to make sure to grab both sides when I do this next row. So here, this is where we left off, right to the side, right here. So insert your hook right there, grab this loop. This yarn here is Preemie yarn Puzzles, and it's a number 5 yarn in the color Cat's Cradle. Okay, so here we're going to chain 2, and into the same stitch here you're going to make a double crochet. Now jump to the next space right there, through this side and through the back, and make a double crochet. Here we're going to make a total of 74 double crochets, which is the same number of rows that we had for the brim. Here I think I messed up. Let's see. Actually, it's this one here and this one here. And the next double crochet. This is all I'm going to do all around, so continue like this, just making double crochets. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of double crochets. Now to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this first row. Now, like I said, I have a total of 74 double crochets all around, not counting the 2 chains that we do at the beginning. Okay, so here, to continue, we're going to chain 1. Now, this first double crochet that's right here, we're going to work into a front post double crochet. And now we're going to go on top of the next double crochet and make a double crochet. Okay. Into the next double crochet, work a front post double crochet. This is all we're going to do. We're going to do double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, front post double crochet all around. So here we're going to make a double crochet on top of the next, a front post double crochet, double crochet on top of the next, a front post double crochet into the next, a double crochet on top of the next, a front post double crochet into the next, a double crochet on top of the next, and a front post double crochet into the next. This is all we're going to do all around. Continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. My last double crochet I did on top of the last double crochet. So I did a front post double crochet and then a double crochet. So that here, beginning at the beginning of the second row, it's a front post double crochet. So perfect. This is what we want with just the double crochet, not the front post double crochet. So here to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first double crochet right there and make a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 2. These 2 chains never count as a stitch. Into this same stitch here, we're going to make a double crochet. Okay. Now, the double crochets that we worked in the previous row, we're now going to work into a front post double crochet. That's why we did a double crochet here on top of this front post double crochet. So now we have a front post double crochet. On top of that, we're going to work just a normal double crochet. The next one is a front post double crochet. The next one a double crochet. Next one front post double crochet. Next one double crochet. And then the next one front post double crochet. So it's the opposite of what we did on the second row. And this is what it looks like. Continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. Now to finish, I'm going to go to the top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the third row. Now here we're going to repeat the second row. So we're going to chain one, and this first double crochet that's right here, we're going to work into a front post double crochet. The next one, on top of the next double crochet, we're going to make a double crochet. Next one, front post double crochet. Next one, double crochet. Next one, front post double crochet. So it's the opposite of what we just did on the previous row, and that's all we're going to do. See, that's what it looks like. Now from here on, you're going to continue on your own. When you finish this row, you're going to repeat the third row. That's where you chain two and then work a double crochet into that same stitch and then work a front post double crochet. This is all we're going to do all around. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue like this and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 7th row. Now from here on, we're going to switch to a 4mm crochet hook. We're going to do a couple more rows so that we start shaping the crown. So I did a total of 7 rows. To finish this last row, row 7, I'm just going to join to the beginning with a slip stitch. Now for the next row, this is where I do 1 chain and then work this first double crochet here into a front post double crochet. Then the next is a double crochet, and then a front post double crochet. Here we're just going to continue with the same sequence, repeating these 2 rows. So continue like this and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. One thing before we continue, make sure you put a stitch marker where we mark the first row when we start using this 4mm crochet hook. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 3rd row. So in total I did 3 rows using this 4mm crochet hook, and it measures. It's measuring about 7 inches, which is about 18 centimeters. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to chain 2 and we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch where we did the slip stitch, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over. Now this next double crochet, we're going to work into a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops in the hook, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook. This here is the front post double crochet that we did on the previous row, and then this here is the double crochet that if we were not to change the stitch here, we would work into a front post double crochet and then a double crochet, front post double crochet. But here I'm working a reduction so that this part here reduces a bit further. So this is why we're doing this. So yarn over, insert your hook here on top of this, take 2 loops off, yarn over, then work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. This is how we're going to continue for this row. So continue like this and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I have a total of 37 stitches all around. Now to finish, we're going to go to the top of the first stitch reduction and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this row. Now we're going to make 1 more row. So here we're going to chain 1. Now here we have 2 stitches in 1 stitch, see? So here what we're going to do is also work a stitch reduction in the same way we did this row that we just finished. So to do this, we're going to make a front post double crochet into the first stitch. See, each one has 2 stitches. So make a front post double crochet, but don't close it, just take 2 loops off. Keep 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, then go on top of the next stitch, this one here, and grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Again, let me show you. Yarn over, we have this stitch, see? So make a front post, double crochet, grab a loop, don't close it, take 2 loops off, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, and then go on top of the next stitch, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. See how it's reducing even more? So let me show you again. So yarn over, this first double crochet, this is where we did the double crochet on top. So we have this stitch here, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, go to the top of the next stitch, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close. Let me show you again even slower. So you go through this stitch, each stitch has 2 stitches, so go through the first one, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, go on top of the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops in the hook, close. Again, yarn over, make a front post, double crochet, take 2 loops off, 2 loops in the hook, yarn over, and then go on top of the next stitch, take 2 loops off, 3 loops in the hook, close. See how it's reducing it even further, and we're still keeping the same pattern. So continue like this. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row. Here at the end, we're just going to work a normal front post double crochet. So to finish, we're just going to go to the top of the first stitch here and make a slip stitch. Now I've already cut my yarn, so here I'm just going to pull this loop like this, and I'm going to tie this like this. Now we're done with this part. I'm just going to weave this yarn all around. So here we're going to go in to 1 stitch, skip 1, go into the next, skip 1 and into the next, and so on. This is all we're going to do all around, so I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished passing this yarn here all around, so now I'm just going to put everything on the wrong side here, and I'm just going to pull here like this. And with this loop that I have here, I'm just going to tie it. I find that this is so much easier than weaving your ends with your needle, so just tie it here really tight and hide your ends. I usually don't do anything with that, just leave it like that most of the time. So see, this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to add a pompon to my hat. So this is what it looks like so far. So I think it's a beautiful stitch and I love this yarn. There it is. Now if you don't want to make this like a double thick brim, you can just maybe do 14 chains instead of the 25 that we did, and I think it would look great as well. Okay, so I'm going to add a pompon to mine and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's my finished hat. This is what it looks like. I added a pompon and there it is. I love this stitch. I think this stitch is perfect for making men's hat. I know a lot of you ask me, and if you want me to do one for a baby, let me know down here in the comments. I think it's a beautiful stitch. So I think I'll do more hats using this stitch, and perhaps maybe a little cardigan or something with this stitch. I really like it. I used a total of 132 grams of yarn without the pompon. With the pompon is 146 grams. Okay, so this has been today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.